Buffalo in Kansas City, commemorating the 9/11 tragedy. There you see Chan Gailey and Matt Castle holding the flag before the game. Opening kickoff here, and Dexter McCluster, can't hold on to the football. Kelvin Shepard recovers.
That's not how you want to start a football season.
No, not at all, especially at home.
So Todd Haley talking to McCluster about keeping his hands on the rock. Ryan Fitzpatrick to Scott Chandler. Been in the league just 3 years, but he's played for 4 teams already. Buffalo on top 7-0. And our 1st and 10 for the Bills again, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, the competition.
It's a primetime nominator, Steve Johnson.
The quarterback competition's over now. Fitzpatrick's won this job. 4 touchdown passes today. He looks like the real deal.
What a strong arm, too, Coach. Giving the kid an opportunity right here. Stevie Johnson, this guy runs up the football field. He's a fast guy, but he goes up and gets the ball right there like a big guy.
All right, Johnson, 4 catches, 66 yards. Matt Castle to Leonard Pope for an apparent touchdown. But every touchdown is reviewed, and so they take another look, and Pope did not maintain possession of the ball when he hit the ground, so this is actually a good call.
You can't take a touchdown away from the Pope.
They did.
You can't do
Guy
that.
upstairs, behind the curtain.
Chiefs down 20-7, third quarter. Fred Jackson. All this guy does is show up, ask for an opportunity, and he runs hard. 24 yards there to the Kansas City 35. Johnson at $112. Fitzpatrick to Chandler.
Again.
Chandler's 2nd touchdown of the day at 63 receiving yards, 27-7. The route is on.
A lot of blown coverages, guys.
Fitzpatrick to Donald Jones. 34-7. And the fans, they're in traffic.
Get it later. They're going to Gates Barbecue.
Chiefs at the Lions. Matt Castle in Kansas City blown out last week against Buffalo. Matthew Stafford got a road win against Tampa Bay. First quarter, tempers flaring early on in the game. Bottom of the screen, you can see Titus Young and Brandon Flowers getting into a shoving match. Flowers' jersey nearly ripped off. The helmets come flying off. These guys are going at it. Flowers, maybe Titus Young was jealous of the new contract he just signed. Anyway, Stafford gets back to work, and he throws a touchdown pass to Megatron. Calvin Johnson picking up where he left off last week. He had 2 touchdowns in week 1, already with 1 in this one. And Jamal Charles would just respond, breaks it to the left. He gets a nice gain of 24, goes out of bounds. A 1st and 10 at the Lions' 24-yard line with his team down 7-0. And then Charles goes this time to the right for a 3-yard gain. But you can see he slips, runs into the Lions mascot. He is rolling around on the ground, clearly hurt, grabbing at his left leg. Scary moment as he slipped on the marker on the field, goes down instantly. And you know he's having some problems, had to be carted off the field. They listed his return as questionable. He did not come back. 2 carries in the game for Jamal Charles for 27 yards. So that just meant things got even easier for the Lions. Tony Scheffler with the touchdown from Matthew Stafford, a 36-yard touchdown catch. 14-3, Detroit goes up, and the route was on from there, as the Chiefs just could not connect offensively the entire game. Just a rough day for Matt Castle. Ball is tipped, intercepted by Chris Houston, and he returns it 26 yards. Nothing going right for Kansas City. This time, Matt Castle, his pass down the field intended for Jeremy Urban. It is picked off by Amari Spivey. So that turnover would lead to a Lions field goal. They go up 20-3. It was just all Detroit in this one, mowing through Kansas City. Matthew Stafford, and he finds Nate Burleson, turns on his man, goes up the field, still on his feet, takes it past midfield, almost down to the 40. A gain of 27, sets up a 1st and 10 at the 42. Nate Burleson had a big game, 7 catches, 93 yards. Matthew Stafford this time finds Javid Best, his running back, playing in the slot, takes it all the way down inside the 10, and Best, a 35-yard pickup, makes it 1st and goal at the 6. So same possession, 4 plays later. This time it's a 4th and goal. They decide to go for it after Calvin Johnson dropped the pass before. This time he catches it. His 2nd straight 2-touchdown game. He's got 4 TDs to open up the season. Lions up 27-3. Matt Castle trying to make something happen again. Brought down by Kyle Vandenbosch, and he loses the ball. Detroit is there once again. It was just a blowout for the Lions, up 27-3. They recovered, and just major problems for Kansas City. On to the fourth. Matthew Stafford once again. The dump off to Javid Best. He gets into the end zone. A 9-yard score. Lions go up 34-3, and they would go on for a monster victory, 48-3.
Kansas City trying not to go 0-3, outscored 89-10 so far, taking on the Chargers. Chargers up 10-0. Matt Castle to Dwayne Bowe.
There's no quitting, Bo. I don't care what the record is, what the score is, this guy comes to play.
All right, 10-7 now, and then Ryan Matthews, who's finally starting to pay dividends.
His speed, the second-year player from Fresno State, gets to the pylon.
17-10, fourth quarter now. Chargers on top, 20-10, second and 13, and it's Castle to Steve Breaston. 43 yards, knocked out bounds at the 1, and on the next play, it's Castle to Leonard Pope. So it's 20-17. Castle
hit the Pope.
He wanted to make sure everybody saw him.
On a Sunday.
He got flagged.
You can't take your helmet off.
All right, the Pope charging possessions here. Chiefs here with no timeout, so Phillip Rivers on 4th and inches wants to get the first down and just run the clock out, but they don't get it. So here come the Chiefs. Down 3. Castle. Let's go back to the Pope. It worked so well the first time, 23 yards. They're in field goal range almost. But Castle picked off by Eric Weddle.
Panic, chuck it, duck, and just got out of there. Bad decision by Castle.
Chiefs gave him a scare.
Will punt it away from his own 11-yard line. High spiraling kick. Arenas camping under it. He'll start from the 24. Gets down the sideline with room. Nice move on the kicker. And Arenas gets inside. Minnesota territory. Larry Dean with the tackle. Castle in the shotgun. Throwing to the far side. Underneath, and it's caught. Beautiful route. Dwayne Bowe. At the 23, out of the eye. Second man through. Thomas Jones stutter step with running room. Gets to the sideline. And goes down at the 10. Chiefs come out on offense with tremendous energy. He made a 33-yarder later in the game. This one is up and good. The NFL behind the Raiders for the Vikings. McNabb with time, steps up in the pocket, underneath, and it's a completed pass at midfield once again. First down and 10 at midfield. McNabb throwing again. McNabb to the sideline. Ooh, strike. That point, Load Holt grabbed him. So instead of a 14-yard gain, first and 20 now, Peterson getting busy. Adrian Peterson will get to the 46. 78 yards and a touchdown. McNabb throwing up top. He's got a receiver. Touchdown, Minnesota. Wow. Aramoshadu. Second down and 14 at the 15-yard line. And McNabb, play fake, deep in the pocket, looking. He's got a receiver up the sideline, and it's caught. Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph out of bounds inside Kansas City territory. McNabb has looked terrific in the first half. They run the reverse. Harvin. And Percy Harvin gets out of bounds at the 15-yard line. McNabb drops it off on a screen, picked off. Here come the Chiefs. Carr. And Kansas City has a football. That's why he got tipped up in the air. First down to the 35. Castle over the middle. And a beautiful ball. Preston. Down at the 20. So this field goal from 24 yards away, and it's good, 7-6. McNabb to throw to the sideline. Nice catch and throw, Percy Harvin. And Harvin. Castle in the shotgun. Castle to the sideline. Nice throw. Beautiful catch by Dwayne Bowe. First down, KC.
With the linebackers.
Dwayne Bowe at the top of your screen. Castle underneath. He finds Colbert once again, and Colbert out of bounds. Clean snap, got it up. And good.
First 3 games.
McNabb fires Harvin. And Harvin slicing through the defense and gets to the 20. 33 yards. And this one is good. 9:15 to play. Quick count, Castle over the middle again. Preston in heavy traffic. Hauls it down. He's at the bottom of your screen. Castle looks that way. Underneath, Preston again. And Steve Preston, most recently against the Rams in 2010. Clean snap, good hold, it's up. Good! Standing at his 5, Arenas back deep at the 30. Chiefs should get decent field position. And here's Arenas. He'll run it from the 35. Gets outside. Bottled up. Still on his feet. Down the sideline. And out of bounds. At the Minnesota 45, a 46-yard punt. Castle. Fires one. And Dwayne Bowe doing it again. First down, KC. This one from 22 yards away. And it's good. Suckup's been automatic this afternoon. Angled toward the far side. Arenas backpedaling. We'll start from the 23. Up the sideline. And out of bounds to the 40. Football game of the week is next weekend in high def only on FX. Castle, pump fake. He'll go up top. He's got a receiver. Caught. Bowe. Still on his feet. Bowe. Touchdown, KC.
Like Bill Muir recognizing he had a tired defense and attacking on that drive for Kansas City. The offensive coordinator for the Chiefs.
And this is Booker. Booker still running. And Lorenzo Booker gets up to the 30. Since then, Castle is 12 of 18, 187 yards, a touchdown. And now Harvin running the football. And Harvin gets inside Kansas City territory. Here's McNabb, steps up, fires over the middle, caught! What a throw, and what a catch! Who's starving? Who's hungry? McNabb, touchdown! Terrific job, Michael Jenkins, with both feet in bounds. McNabb, the reverse, Harvin's got a block. Harvin down the sideline. Harvin turning on the afterburners, and he gets to the 40. Kansas City showing blitz. Here they come. McNabb avoids the rush, throws on the run, incomplete. Tamba Hali in his face again. McNabb steps up, looking for Shenko, incomplete. And a flag, a late flag. And this may go against the Vikings.
Holding, number 71 offense. Penalty is declined. First down.
Battle again. And he pops through and gets the first down. And that should do it.
Channeled it properly on the field.
As Matt Castle takes a knee. Ryan Suckup with a career high 5 field goals, including a career long 54 yards.
This is the end of the game.
22-17 the final. Chiefs finally win a game.
1-4. Peyton Manning on the sideline.
That's the guy Tom's trying to get rid of.
We call this the Friends and Family Bowl.
Is that what this is?
Yeah, that's what this one is.
Curtis Painter making
Look, I
his
love
second
it, Peyton Manning. I'm just
start.
asking you the
That's
question.
Jacques Painter.
And that's a well-placed ball to Reggie Wayne. Defensive pass interference.
I would have liked it a
declined.
little bit more back shoulder.
Yeah?
Just to
Be a little picky. What do you think, Jamie?
I'm with you, Tom.
Pierre Garçon, 6-yard touchdown at 7-0.
Pierre Garçon has been on fire. Check, please.
Colts up now, 10-0. Painter firing
Where do
to
you think he's
Garçon.
going?
Oh, my gosh.
They
Pierre
got something
Garçon's
going
been on fire.
Yeah, the Monday Nighter, they did this twice, didn't
Exactly.
they?
Check, please.
I hope he catches some more balls today. Well, there he is again, Jamie.
Wow. How could you get that wide
Well,
open?
somebody
more
fell
open
down.
that time.
Somebody fell down or made a mistake.
Curtis Painter, 4 career touchdowns, all caught by Pierre Garçon. Castle, Dwayne Bowe,
Now, that's nice.
41
That's
yards
a big
and a
man
stiff
there.
arm.
Yeah. That's a big, strong receiver.
And
right there.
let's give the Kansas City Chiefs some credit, as I'm trying to be positive today, Tom.
Why?
Great job fighting back. You're down 17 to nothing
for the rally.
for the rally.
Yeah.
How?
Curtis Painter there to Austin Collie,
You know
23 yards to the 2.
Curtis Painter can sling it a little bit, can he?
Led to a touchdown. Next Chiefs possession, slinging it is Matt Castle. Look at that catch. Steve Breston, 11 yards.
Well, you mentioned Sling. I think the last game he won, I was talking to Steve Mariucci, threw for over 400 yards in the game. That was in college.
Play was reviewed. Call stands. That's an 11-yard catch, Steve Breston. 4 plays later, Castle to Breston again.
I'm a Breston fan.
I am also.
He's a guy that I thought this was a very nice signing in the offseason.
No, he's a guy that the St. Louis Rams or the
Bears.
Chicago Bears should have signed.
Very good point.
16-yard score. It's 24-14 Colts at halftime. Third quarter, Thomas Jones for 21 yards.
Old man still got a little something left in the tank.
He's not going to like the fact that you called him old man.
Well, Thomas knows he's old.
Yeah, this is a long drive. 8 plays
like
later,
to hear
12th play of the drive. Castle to Bowe.
Was that perfectly thrown ball as well?
Absolutely.
Hey, no, that was very fortunate.
I'm trying to be
That's
positive.
a big,
I know
strong
you're
receiver
trying to
making
draw
a play.
me into negativity.
Look at that.
Perfectly front shoulder.
Oh!
Front shoulder of the defender fade.
Yeah, that's the old front
right.
shoulder fade. Isn't
That's
it?
right.
As opposed to the back ankle
Yeah.
fade, which we
That's
saw
right.
earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That was last week.
Defensive pass interference called. Nice catch, Dwayne Bowe. Fourth quarter, Chiefs 2 possessions later. Castle to Kerry Colbert to the 19.
Kerry Colbert. How about that? You talk about the roadkill bowl.
3 plays later, 10th play of the drive.
So much
Third
for
down and 2.
So much for the positive
Hey, there's your guy, Steve Breston
Yeah.
Here he
again.
is again.
playmaker.
Our Chiefs leading for the first time at 28-24. Jim Caldwell knows his team gets another chance. See what Curtis Painter can do with all 3 timeouts left. Going forward on 4th and 6. No.
Well, you got to throw it to somebody who's beyond the first down marker as well.
That's always a good place to start.
Yeah.
And not getting tackled.
Yeah.
Kerry Collins and Curtis Painter taking it in on the sideline. The flying Chiefs.
I think it may be time for the haircut to kind of change their luck.
What do you think, like Tom Brady did?
Yeah. Yeah. If it's good for Tom Brady, why isn't it good for Curtis Painter?
Raiders, Chiefs, Kyle Bowler, and Carson Palmer.
What about those two?
Hugh Jackson pulling the trigger. Big move, giving up a 1. And
Don't do it. Don't do it.
2013. Bowler got the start. And Kendrick Lewis takes it 59 yards the other way.
Now, those guys are pretty comfortable with the quarterbacks the Oakland Raiders had. They were jumping everything today, the Kansas City Chiefs were.
Every touchdown is reviewed, so they took another look at it, and Lewis stayed in bounds.
This is great balance, man. Great balance.
It's a tough start for Kyle Bowler, and it only got tougher as Carson Palmer looking on here. This is Bowler looking for Denarius Moore. Brandon Flowers there for the pick.
The receiver got to give me a little more.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
Chiefs now lead 14-0, just over a minute left in the half. And Bowler is going to have more misfortunes here. Looking for Darius Hayward-Bay. Brandon Carr there for the interception.
You know, some teams are blessed with tall receivers that go up in battle. Raiders have fast guys that are a little bit on the short side. They got to
fight in them.
And Bowler saying different uniform, same thing.
Third quarter here, it is Javier Arenas and the Wildcat. 7 yards for the touchdown. Chiefs on top,
21-0.
A lot of fast guys on that team. No Jamal Charles. Let's see.
All right, so here comes Carson Palmer.
This man ain't won in his last 10 games. Why would we think he's going to win today?
Wearing that number 3 from his USC days, and it's Palmer to Hayward Bay. 18 yards, and then Natama Ali call for a roughing the passer.
Oh, jeez. This brings back memories.
That
looks
right
like in
there.
Cincinnati a few years ago.
That playoff game that Palmer was knocked out of. All right, fourth quarter here. Palmer looking for more. Flowers is there.
That
58 yards.
Way to look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, Carson Palmer did not read. They was going to that 2D, made a mistake and read.
And we talked about earlier this week. It's just too much to ask to get this guy ready to come in.
and without getting all the practice reps.
And here he is. The ball's tipped. And John McGraw with the pick. The Chiefs' 5th interception of the game. And there was more. Palmer looking for Lewis Murphy. And more prime about what you were saying. This guy's got to make an attempt to go after the ball here. Carson Palmer picked off 3 times, 8 of 21, 116 yards. Chiefs win it 28-0.
AFC West was up for grabs at Arrowhead on Monday Night Football. Within one corner, Matt Castle and the Kansas City Chiefs. They've won 3 in a row. Phillip Rivers and the Chargers 4-2, fresh off that loss against the Jets. And the story early, it was the turnovers here. Rivers picked off by Kendrick Lewis, wanted Antonio Gates. It's Rivers' 10th INT of the year. He had 13 all of last year. Then Chiefs get it, and they cough it up. Dexter McCluster fumbles, recovers. Quentin Jammer. Todd Haley is going to challenge this one, though, Charles.
Yeah, he's hoping to get something back out of this one, and it looked like McCluster was going to the ground before the ball popped out.
That's what it looked like, but the call was upheld. Chargers ball at the 21-yard line, ensuing drive. Rivers picked off again, this time by Derek Johnson. That ball was tipped up in the air. Second INT for Phillip Rivers. Chiefs get it back. Look at this catch by the rookie Jonathan Baldwin. Finally active, finally healthy, finally playing, and finally doing this.
And this is what they saw on tape from Pitt, his ability to elevate, go over the top of a defender, and catch the football with that big frame.
And he brought it down, and he held on, and he talked to the camera, and the Chiefs led 10-0, and they looked good. And we go to the second quarter. Now 10-3. Ryan Matthews up the middle, hit by John McGraw. Kendrick Lewis recovers. First lost fumble of the year for Matthews. He gets a talking to. It was that kind of game early. What do the Chiefs do with it? Well, not much. Travis LeBoy hits Castle. Dante Hughes recovers. The play's ruled incomplete. Norv Turner will challenge. What do you think?
That goes back to the open hand rule, the empty hand rule, because I think they stopped him before the hand came forward. That became a fumble, and it was upheld for the Chargers.
Bingo. Call reverse. Now, what do you think of this one? What do you think of this one? Phillip Rivers to Antonio Gates. They call offensive interference.
This looks to me, and I'm a defensive back, okay? So I always love offensive pass interference calls, but it looked to me like they were both fighting with each other, and Gates ended up getting the call against him.
And Nick Novak would miss a field goal. We fast forward now to the fourth quarter. That's Jackie Battle, 19-yard touchdown. Replay assistant would review it, though. Rule Battle's down on the 1-yard line, so he'd score on the next play.
How about him dunking it over the top?
You like
with
that?
the right hand, bringing it over for the tomahawk jam and puts it down.
Chiefs take the lead 20-12. Phillip Rivers answers on the run. Stop, look, throw. Vincent Jackson for 27 and a first down 4 plays later. Do you know who Curtis Brinkley is?
We do now. Because he's a running back from Syracuse.
Exactly. Get to know me. Curtis Brinkley, active because Tolbert's hurt. 20 yards down the sideline, first and goal. Curtis Brinkley over the top, oh my.
Looked like a fumble because it was knocked out at the end, but his ball had already crossed the plane for a touchdown. San Diego gets that, and it was the correct call. Look, as he gets to the goal line, watch him extend here, touchdown.
That is clearly a touchdown. So, you go for 2, right?
Interesting, because oftentimes I say don't chase points, but points were such a premium, they went for 2.
7-11 left, they go for 2, and who gets it?
Curtis Brinkley.
It's
now,
Curtis Brinkley.
Did he get there? Did he get there? The official was right on the spot, said again, the ball broke the plane. Take a look. There's the ball at the goal line, at the plane. Give him 2.
Right call. We agree. So 2020. Look at the clock now. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining. After a 3-and-out, Phillip Rivers to Patrick Creighton for 19. First down. 4 plays later, it's Jacob Hester. So they're using all the backs. First down. Next play, now 16-yard line. Look at the clock. 103, 102. Oh, you're kidding me.
Quarterback center exchange. Something they do how many times per game?
Yeah.
And all they're doing is trying to get it in position to have an attempt at a game-winning field goal.
He could not get the center exchange. They were lining up to kick what would have been the go-ahead field goal with about a minute remaining. Rivers lost the football, so the Chiefs now have time. 37 seconds left. Last year, Kerry Colbert was an assistant coach at USC. He's back. 19-yard catch. First down, Chiefs. Next play, now 32 ticks left. Castle. Dwayne Bowe. He's across midfield. He's into San Diego territory, 45-yard line. They spike the ball. 12 seconds left. Castle. What do you do? What do you do? You throw a pick. Eric Weddle, who runs out of bounds. Oh, we are destined for overtime.
And that's Weddle's second interception of the evening.
Yes, it was. Chargers win the toss, but they go 3-and-out. So here's Castle to Baldwin for 11. First down. Now 2nd and 8, 2 plays later, approaching the 45. Dexter McCluster is your wide receiver, is your running back, doesn't matter. He makes a move, he gets a first down. He crosses the 45, pushes down towards the 40. That's a 13-yard gain. Now the Chiefs get a false start. 3 plays later, it's Matt Castle to Steve Breston, 17 yards. He gets to the 30. Ryan Suckup is warming in the wings.
Mr. Irrelevant might soon be relevant.
You think he'll be relevant?
He might.
Jackie Battle relevant, 6 yards down to the 15. Todd Haley growing the beard for good luck. Does it bring him luck for Ryan Suckup? 30 yards, game-winning field goal. It is good. The Chiefs have won again. They started 0-3. They've won 4 in a row. 23-20 in overtime. Kansas City 4-3. The Chargers 4-3. And Kansas City controls the AFC West. It all came down to that Phillip Rivers fumble.
Matt Castle and the Kansas City Chiefs coming off that improbable victory Monday night against San Diego. So taking on the winless Dolphins and Tony Sperano wouldn't be an issue, right? I mean, Matt Moore here early on, Anthony Pisano. So the Dolphins on top 7-3.
Longest reception ever for Anthony Pisano, 35 yards.
And the Dolphins with Moore on their next possession. It's Moore rolls out. We've seen this play a lot this year. Quarterbacks going out to the right, throwing back to the left.
A little misdirection, play action, and with movement, and sometimes you get people overflowing.
35 yards, Dolphins on top 14-3. Matt Castle.
Oh, get out of there.
Get down.
Dropped by Tyrone Culver. Castle was sacked 5 times on the day. Third quarter here, Reggie Bush starting to make some noise.
On the sweep.
Yeah, Reggie hit that corner, man. And Reggie's been running the ball very hard here. I have to give him a little credit. He has been running hard the last couple of
And challenging his teammates.
Big win on the road.
Kansas City had its 4-game winning streak snapped last week at home against the Dolphins. And the Broncos, with Tim Tebow at quarterback, went over the 400-yard mark in a game for the first time last week. First quarter, they give it to Noshawn Marino, finds the edge, hurdles a man, takes it down to the 6-yard line, a gain of 24, sets up a first and goal. Nice run by Marino, who leaped over John McGraw, takes it down to the 6. Very next play, 8th play of the drive, a first and goal. They give it to McGahee. He slips in the backfield, though. He injured his hamstring on the play and would not return. So the very next play for Denver, 9th play of the drive, a second and goal. Tebow takes the snap, and he will take it up the middle himself, goes into the end zone for a 7-yard score, putting the Broncos up 7-0. They did not have a pass attempt in the entire first quarter, still with the lead. On their next possession, still at 7-0, a 3rd and 5, handing it off to Noshawn Marino again. He stops, tries to make a cut. He slips a man, and he will take it for 22 yards, but he was injured on the play. He had 52 yards on 4 carries, but he would not return the Broncos would be forced to punt. On to the second. Up 10-0. Denver with the play fake. Tebow, all kinds of time, looking deep. And Decker had a step trying to bobble the ball, trying to make the play on the tip ball. He had to turn around. The ball was severely underthrown by Tebow. Decker was not able to come down with it after it was tipped. Tebow did not complete a pass the entire first half. On to the third quarter. Jackie Battle getting loose for Kansas City. Runs for 34 yards. 2 plays later, they have a 2nd and 10 at the 31. And the handoff goes to Dexter McCluster on the delay. He makes a nice cutback, takes it down to the 20. Ball comes out, and Denver is going to jump on the ball recovered by Robert Ayers. Denver gets the ball, but Todd Haley wants to challenge the call. He thinks that McCluster was down, and yes, McCluster's knee was down. So they have a 2nd and goal, and what a beautiful play fake. You thought for sure that diving into the end zone was Jackie Battle, but no, Castle had the ball the entire time, throws the touchdown to LaRon McClain. Battle sells the play fake, and McClain is all alone in the end zone. Chiefs only down by 3. 2 possessions later for Denver, still up 10-7. The pass out to Matt Willis for 13 yards, and that was the first completion of the game for Tebow late in the third quarter. On to the fourth. Denver up 10-7. 9th play of their drive. Tebow looking deep. Does he have a man? Eric Decker's got a step. He's got a touchdown. A 56-yarder. Tebow to Eric Decker. Decker's 7th touchdown of the season. The longest pass of Tebow's career. And Denver goes up 17-7. Could Kansas City make a comeback? No. On a 4th and 2, sacked by Elvis Dumerville and Von Miller. Matt Castle goes down. Tyler Palko would finish the game at quarterback. And Denver gets the win, 17-10.
In Foxborough, wrapping up week number 11. Tyler Palko's first career start. Tom Brady has won some Super Bowls, so slightly a mismatch there. We skip the first, we go to the second. It's a 3-0 game. Kansas City's defense came out looking good, and Tom Brady, Charles, was under fire. Here, he gives it up, 11th turnover of the year, 2nd fumble loss.
You love to see the Chiefs coming out with the spirit and the fight that they showed tonight, not wanting this season to totally get away from them and going after Tom Brady.
And granted, the Chiefs would punt on their ensuing possession, but they get it back. Here's Tyler Palko to Dwayne Bowe, 28 yards. Chiefs would punt 4 plays later. All right, Patriots next drive, 3-0 still. Tom Brady again. This time it's Amon Gordon for a loss of 2. So Kansas City was really making things difficult. Then 2 plays later, 3rd and 12. Tamba Hali gets in there for a loss of 9. You do not see this very often.
Yeah, this seemed like a very lethargic New England team in the first half.
Tom Brady eventually got it going. You know that he would. Rob Gronkowski over the middle to the pylon, down the sideline, 52 yards, Charles, for a touchdown. Show us how we got loose.
Well, when you take a look at what happened here, Derek Johnson, you see the rush there from the corner. Donald Washington, he's coming off of the corner, but Derek Johnson, the linebacker, his eyes are in the wrong place. He's peeking in the backfield at Tom Brady, not knowing where his coverage is. And who is his coverage man? Rob Gronkowski. And off he goes. See, he's still looking into the backfield. Oh, there he goes. And he ends up where? In the end zone.
Pylon, touchdown. They looked at it. They look at all scoring plays. He stayed in bounds. That is a touchdown. That is a 7-3 game. Chiefs get it back. Tyler Palko, little pump fake. He goes sideline, and he finds Steve Breston for 19 yards. So first down, 41-yard line plus territory right before the 2-minute warning. 2 plays later, Palko wants Breston again. He gets popped. That ball gets tipped. That ball gets picked by Kyle Arrington. There was no flag on the hit. Arrington runs it back just shy of the 50.
And that ball was on the wrong side of the receiver, trying to hit Breston on an inside route. He throws it behind him. Breston did all he could to try and haul it in. Instead, popped it up in the air, but that one goes on the quarterback.
For Arrington's 6th interception, leading the league. What does Brady do? He can scramble for 8. Gets it inside the red zone. They kick a Steven Gostkowski field goal, 10-3 at the half. Third quarter, Brady with the screen game. Demand Jarvis, Green, Ellis, good for 25 yards to their 40-yard line. And this would be a long drive. 8 plays later, now 9th play of the drive. It is 3rd and 2 in the red zone. to the outside. Gronkowski. All this guy does is score touchdowns. 19 yards this time.
Yeah, and this isn't said sarcastically either. That's exactly what he does, and he gets in a variety of ways. And you just get the sense, Andrew, that Bill Belichick had a few choice words at the half for his Patriots to wake them up out of their slumber.
You think Gronkowski was okay? Neck. He's fine.
He's a big guy.
You know who's also okay? Julian Edelman is okay. 72 yards on the punt return for the touchdown. Patriots extend the lead, and this really is the knockout punch. 24-3. Edelman with the return. Kansas City now in New England territory. 2nd and 8. Tyler Palko intercepted yet again by Kyle Arrington. Patriots turn that into a field goal, go up 27-3. You want to talk about getting your team fired up? Too little too late here for Todd Haley, but he seems angry, I believe, would be a good way to describe that. Fourth quarter, still 27-3. Brady to Wes Welker. We show this to you because it's his first catch of the game. Pretty much held him in check. Bill Belichick, though, can go to the schedule and say, check, next to Kansas City. A victory, 34-3. Patriots win. They beat the Chiefs to go to 7-3.
Potentially, this would be a walk-away game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But pregame drama here with Mike Wallace and Sammy Fiscatelli.
Look at Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger, remember he's got that fractured thumb. It's fractured in the tip of the thumb. That's why he's playing. Didn't have to have surgery, unlike Cutler in the base. Tyler Palko hits Steve Maneri. And Troy Polamalu made the tackle and got up a little woozy, and that was it for
big dude that he was tackling. Hope you're okay, man.
Praying for you, man.
That was it for Polamalu. Ryan Suckley with a 41-yard field goal. Chiefs on top 3-0. Mewelde Moore now is going to be hit by Tamba Ali. Gives up the football. Javier Arenas recovers in the end zone.
Yeah, and you got Romeo Crennel's defense flying to the ball, and good things happen now when you pursue like that.
Terrell Suggs can play, can't they?
All right, here is Palko a couple possessions later. Picked off by Ike Taylor, who's having a tremendous season. Returns to 29 yards down to the Chiefs' 7-yard line.
Pro Bowl type season by this cornerback.
Taylor's not mentioned in the same sentence as Darrelle Revis, but he's having a great season. Led to a Sean Sweetson field goal, game tied up at 3, and then Palko again. And we saw Coach, he had issues on Monday night through 3 picks and through a couple early here.
Yeah, there's some plays that he'd like to have back. They look out of whack. They've got to consider maybe using someone else.
Don't throw that ball.
Well, remember, they got Kyle Orton off waivers.
Yeah, he's not ready yet. He will be.
But how about this Chiefs defense? Ali with the sack right there.
Incredible today, Fran. They played like lights-out football.
But John McGraw called for defensive holdings, and the Steelers are still in business. And Roethlisberger, we know he can buy some time.
Look at that mobility, man.
To Wesley Saunders in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Steelers are top 10.
One great play deserves another. Great scramble by Roethlisberger, but a greater catch in the back of the end zone, getting both feet down.
Steelers up 13-6 at the break. Fourth quarter now. On a 3rd and 6, it's Palko to Jonathan Baldwin, their first-round pick out of Pitt. 20 yards and a first down. And now on a 3rd and 2, it's Jackie Battle, who runs in the ankle.
Oh, man, this was so wide open, man. He had this play designed, set up perfectly, and he runs into his own man.
So they ended up getting a field goal there. So here we go. Steelers coming right back, and it's Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace. Wallace had missed the last couple of games after his mother had passed away. Steelers forced to punt. Got to give Romeo Crennel credit with the way this defense is playing. 3-on-1 left here on a 3rd and 4. Palko to Baldwin. Doesn't get out of bounds. Chiefs still have 3 timeouts. Don't use one there. 1:55 left.
Oh, nice tackle. Nice
Dwayne
tackle.
Bowe, William Gay with a nice job. So it's 4th down. Haley's going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, Tyler Palko comes to life.
Oh, it's a first down. Here we go.
Talk about it, making plays when you need to make plays down the stretch.
3 plays later here on a 3rd and 4, Palko to Steve Breston for a first down. Chiefs use their 2nd timeout because Brandon Albert is down on the field. He did return, though, on the next play. 38 seconds left, 1st and 15. But Palko is tipped off for the 3rd time tonight. Keenan Lewis gets him.
Fall down, take it to the house.
It's
It's not pretty.
It's going to be quick.
Tyler Palco.
I don't think there aren't many Chiefs highlights either.
They had one touchdown in November. Caleb Haney making his second start this season. Second Bears possession.
This hurts.
Matt Forte, yes, it does.
Ow.
Derek Johnson.
He's a heck of a football player.
He is a heck of a no doubt.
Sideline to sideline.
But that's the last thing you want to see as a Bears coach. Oh. Look,
but it's
I'm not going to play doctor here, but we've seen knee injuries before that looked worse
right
than
knee
that.
injury, and Forte did not return.
Well,
Kansas City,
he'll be
3rd
back.
and 21, sacked by Henry Melton. Tyler Palco sacked twice on that drive
Bears
alone.
defense did everything they possibly could in this game.
Here comes Kyle Orton. In at quarterback, 2nd and 10.
And hang on, because there goes Kyle Orton.
It wouldn't last long. Right there, pass incomplete to Jonathan Baldwin, but Orton was injured during his first
Pointing his
snap as
finger
a
in the
Chief.
opposite direction.
Dislocated right finger.
Wow. Major Right comes in, pressures the play. So Kyle Orton's tenure in Kansas City looks like it may be a one-play tenure.
And did not come back to the game. Next Bears possession, 4th and 1. Haney to Marion Barber, wide open.
Coming back. Marion Barber was not on the line of scrimmage.
Good call.
Yeah, thank you.
Settled for a Robbie Gold field goal. Chicago wants out
I had him on
3-0.
2 teams today, too. I needed him.
Did somebody say Caleb Haney struggled today?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Earl Bennett, wide open.
Yeah, I'm 100% guilty of thinking that Caleb Haney was going to play better this week.
But you weren't by yourself, so don't be alone. There's a lot of fans.
Final play of the half. Every now and then you see a Hail Mary work. Well, this is one of those times.
You know what ends up happening? Brian Urlacher has that ball. Chris Conti slaps it out of his hands and into the arms of one of the Chiefs.
That Chief would be Dexter McCluster.
That's the extent of the Chiefs' offense today. Watch this. Urlacher's got the ball, and Chris Conti slaps it away from him. McCluster ends up with it.
But again, I don't fault the Bears defense for the effort that they put forward
give him
today.
10 points.
Chiefs have gone 31 consecutive possessions without a touch. This is Dexter McCluster, 32 yards.
Yeah, that's fine.
Out of bounds at the 48.
You know, that's nice and all, but the defense, again, held the Chiefs to 10 points. You've got to be able to do more.
Field goal made it 10-3. Haney to Johnny Knox. Picked off by Brandon Carr.
First blush, that looks like a bad ball, and it's not tremendously well thrown. But Johnny Knox has to set his feet and go. The defensive back played receiver better than Johnny did.
I've been telling you about Johnny Knox and the rest of that cast of characters for a while.
I told you.
3rd and goal. Haney sacked by Justin Houston. Robbie Gould missed a 41-yard field goal. It remains 10-3. 4th quarter. Haney to Roy Williams. Yeah.
Trying to tell you, Roy Williams.
I don't know what to say about that. Roy.
I mean, that's good throw by Haney.
Yeah.
Nice drive by the Bears. Does a good job bringing it. And you got to help the young guy out. That's what this league is. Absolutely.
That ties the ball game right there.
Absolutely.
That's a 2-minute drive that puts your team back in the game.
That may not only tie it, it might win it.
Picked up by John McGraw. 3rd and 13. Haney sacked by Tamba Hali. 4-yard loss.
7 sacks, I believe it was.
7 sacks.
The Bears 0 for 11. 3rd down conversions. Next play, 4th down. Caleb Haney looking for Earl Bennett.
4th and 17, hard to convert those.
Yeah.
They had a shot at it, though.
This play here looked pretty good, and I guess it's within 2 minutes, so I'm sure they reviewed it.
They did.
Yeah.
Earl
Picked
had
it right
one
off
hand
that divot.
underneath.
You know, and again, it goes with the call. You know how the call works if it, it was inconclusive. So if they had called it a reception, they probably would not have overturned the call.
You want to know what's not inconclusive?
Tell me.
That is a crushing loss for the Chicago Bears.
Kansas City only has 2 touchdowns in their last 5 games, and both Kyle Orton and Matt Castle are out, so that means Tyler Palco getting his 4th career start. Jets at home where they're 5-1 on the season. Opening drive, and Sean Green is going to bounce off some guys, make a cut back, and he picks up a nice gain of 31 yards on the play before finally going out of bounds. The longest run of the season for Sean Green. And then, same drive for the Jets. Their opening drive 10 plays later. Sanchez faked out everybody with the bootleg and walks in for the 1-yard score. Jets up 7-0. An 11-play, 77-yard drive to open up the game. On to the second, they're up 7-3. Second quarter, a 3rd and 3. And Sanchez is brought down by Justin Houston for a loss of 7. Houston's 4th sack of the season. He had 3 last week. Sanchez shaken up on the sidelines. The trainers would take a look at his arm, but he would remain in the game. Ensuing Kansas City drive, a 3rd and 11, and this time Tyler Palco's pass intended for Steve Breston, picked off by Jim Leonard, but he comes off hobbling after that one, hurt his right knee on the play, and he was down, had to be carted off the field. He was not happy about getting hurt on that play, of course. Ensuing Jets drive, Sanchez under pressure, but that was by design. It's a screen pass to Sean Green, and he's going to take it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Almost got in for the touchdown, but Green pushed out of bounds. Still picked up 36 on the play. 2 plays later, a 2nd and 6. Sanchez under center, plenty of time. End zone, Santonio Holmes is there for the touchdown catch. And the Jets go up 14-3, the 7th touchdown of the season for Santonio. Next Jets drive, up 14-3. They give it to Sean Green, who marches into the end zone. A 7-yard score for Sean Green. His only touchdown of the game. He did go over 100 yards for the 2nd time on the season. And Jets go up 21-3. And then they set up the screen pass again, this time to LaDainian Tomlinson. He makes a nice move, stumbles into the end zone for the score. LT with his 3rd touchdown of the season. And the Jets are just blowing away the Chiefs. Todd Haley not happy at all on the sidelines. The Jets just piling on. Sanchez with the quarterback draw. Off the fake on 3rd and 3. He gets in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. He had 2 rushing TDs, 2 passing TDs. His 2nd, 4th touchdown game of the season. And just nothing going right for the Chiefs. Jackie Battle stuffed in the end zone for a safety. Jets go up 37-10. They would win it by that score. Improve to 6-1 at home on the season. And just a disastrous game for the Chiefs.
He had leverage on Battle, and Battle hit a wall.
Back to perfection. Green Bay traveling to Kansas City to take on a Romeo Crennel, interim head coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. The first thing he said was that Kyle Orton was going to be his starting quarterback. We know the starting quarterback.
What did that tell you? He didn't
for
want
the Green Bay Packers. Aaron
decision.
Rodgers and company looking to become the first team to win the Super Bowl. They start out 14-0 the next season. Receivers, though, had issues catching the football.
Yeah, today they certainly did. A couple of those balls just seemed like the timing of the plays were off today with Aaron Rodgers and his receivers.
Packers trailing 6-0 at the 3rd quarter here on a critical 3rd and 3. It's Aaron Rodgers to Jermichael Finley, 41 yards. Nice adjustment there.
Great adjustment, like you said, friend. One of the better tight ends in the game today.
Look at that 88 cover right there.
3 plays later in the drive, here comes Rodgers. And you just kind of felt, okay, here they go. To Donald Driver for the 2-yard touchdown. That's his 40th touchdown this season, a new franchise record, passing Brett Favre.
And you did think right now they said, okay, enough of this. Let's stop messing around and close this down. But Kansas City said no.
Brett called him, congratulated him.
All right, 4th and 8 here on the Chiefs 39. Going for it. Right. You have a problem with that? I have a problem with that.
No, not the Green Bay Packers. Not the way they score. No problem with that decision.
Probably figuring that the Chiefs offense was not going to hurt them, but here comes Kyle Orton, Leonard Pope.
Chiefs offense doing pretty good all game long, really moving up and down the field all game long. Your boy Orton throws for 299
You can't
yards.
question the Pope, friend.
All right, Pope right there is out of bounds. Should have been a fumble and a touchback. Mike McCarthy looked like he wanted to challenge it, but he didn't, so it led to a field goal. 12-7, Kansas City on top. Look out.
He should have challenged. That wasn't a touchdown. And it seems like not only the team, that decision right there shows even the head coach was off.
Well, it wasn't a touchdown. It was ruled out of bounds. They got a field goal, so they could have kept the points off the board there.
Yeah, but if you challenge it, it would have been shown that the ball went out of bounds.
Right, it would have been a touchback.
It would have been a touchback.
Kyle Orton and Anthony Becht right there. And then it is Jackie Battle had a great day. A 1-yard run. Their 5th trip to the red zone, and finally the Chiefs get in, 19-7. So the Packers running out of time.
I mean, the Chiefs played hard, man.
Here's Rodgers to Jordy Nelson. First catch of the game, 22 yards. Keep in mind, Greg Jennings
out.
That sprained knee.
Road coverages to Jordy Nelson to make sure he didn't hurt you today, and he didn't.
And then here is a Rodgers to Joe Michael Finley, 31 yards down to the 15.
The 8-8 club started playing late, had a few early drops, but he showed up late.
Key third and 3 right here, and Rodgers.
Do what you do.
He's going to keep it himself. So it's 19-14. Rodgers 235 yards.
The 8-8 was boxing
one
out,
passing touchdown and that rushing touchdown. They had all 3 timeouts here.
I did not think.
And they go for the onside kick.
Were they trying to get the ball back?
Yeah, I didn't. I thought about it, saying they want 2 cracks at the ball, but I thought they should have gone ahead and kicked the ball with those 3 timeouts.
And Jackie Battle closing out the show, running out the 4-minute offense, picks up 15 yards there. How about the Chiefs? 19-14. They stopped the streak. You think these players aren't happy for Romeo Crennel getting his first victory as Chiefs interim head coach?
Look at that hug by Bo. Come on.
As for Kyle Orton, he was taking on the Oakland Raiders, and Romeo Crennel all smiles after knocking off the Packers last week. 3-all. It's a fake. It's a fake. Mid-second quarter, Shane Leckler flips it to Brandon Myers. Untouched, 36 yards. Stop me if you heard this. Stop me if you heard this before. Penalty on the Raiders.
We're showing a lot of penalties tonight.
Way to set that thing up, Rich.
All right, we got Seabass. It's called a delay game. Would you believe that?
How can you delay a game?
Seabass missed a 58-yarder after that, so we're still tied at 3. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter when Orton picked off by Matt Giordano, who's been coached up by our guy Love Woodson this year, to say the least, though. Returned at 62 yards, but Dexter McCluster saves the touchdown. Oakland would not score, so it's still 3-0. Final play of the half. The Chiefs going for the field goal. Richard Seymour blocks it.
Oh, what a great effort. Get up there. Get tall in the A-gap.
18 combined penalties in the first half alone. Still tied at 3. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Carson Palmer to Demarius Moore, everybody.
Boy, that's what he loves right there. Al Davis loves
the vertical
that.
passing game.
61-yard touchdown. Moore's 5th score of the season. Oakland up by a touchdown. Still in the fourth quarter. It's 13-6. Less than 2 minutes to go. Kyle Orton, biggest drive of the year for the Chiefs. Their season on the line. Speed. Dexter McCluster on the screen pass. 49 yards. Chiefs have a chance. With Tebow losing in Denver, they saw it on the clock. They knew they had a chance to win the division if they could pull this game out and force overtime. Orton, touchdown, back shoulder throw, Dwayne Bowe.
Nice job, Dwayne Bowe. Stay keeping the pressure on top of the quarterback.
They get the Raiders to punt and get the ball back. 9 ticks left in the half in the game, and they've got it on the plus side of the field. They got Ryan Suckup from 50 yards out for the win. Maybe to win the division next week, and it's another block by the field goals. Richard Seymour blocked them both. Wow. Saves the day again for the Raiders, and we go into overtime, in which the Raiders get the ball first. First play of overtime. Carson Palmer up top to Darius Hayward. Passing game. 53 yards. 3 plays later, bring out Seabass. Where's he from? 36 yards. And Hugh Jackson and the Raiders.
26 yards is a layup.
Knock off the Chiefs.
Here's why Hugh Jackson is so upset, not to mention all the penalties. That shows a lack of discipline. But Tim Tebow and the Broncos needed a win to beat Kyle Orton, his former teammate, now a member of the Kansas City Chiefs. And Orton to Dwayne Bowe.
That was a great matchup all day.
Look at that catch.
Dwayne Bowe versus Champ Bailey.
I like
Still one of the best corners in the game.
The location of the throw over the top of Champ. Get 2 feet down, Dwayne.
And keep control of the ball as you hit the ground.
Great job by Bowe there. And now it's Dexter McCluster, the speedster. 21 yards for the touchdown.
Whoa, miss.
Chiefs on top 7-0. McCluster at 61 yards on the ground. Tebow trying to refire it up here at 3rd and 5. He's going to keep it, but he has nowhere to go. Watch the play by Kendrick Lewis.
Take care
Causes the fumble. Justin Houston with the recovery. Chiefs take over.
The thing he was not doing was turning the ball over. That was huge right there.
It's been happening over the last 3 weeks. Tebow looking to get away.
They blew a ball.
Pass is incomplete. He's on fire because Tom Ali not only grabbed the face mask, tried to pull his helmet off back of his head.
Yeah, I think we missed that one.
You get to be a running quarterback.
Tebow said, I can't take this to God. I'm going to the referee. Y'all need to do something about this.
Settle for a 38-yard Matt Prater field goal, 7-3. Fourth quarter on a 3rd and 6. What did Romeo Crennel do?
Oh, no.
That we've seen other teams not be able to do defensively.
They did a nice job of containing him when he tried to break contain. Somebody was there to strip him or tackle him.
And doing some disguising up there, Coach, keeping those tight coverages on those receivers, making him make tight throws.
Great play.
Another 3rd down right there, and Javier Arenas comes up with a big play. Was injured on the play. Hopefully Arenas is okay. Here's another 3rd and 10. Tebow finds Demaryius Thomas, but it's short of the 1st down. Great job of keeping Thomas in bounds by Flowers. There's a flag on the play, and here's why. You can't go to quarterback knees in the pocket. Cannot
Tebow
do it.
5 for 18 on 3rd down.
Wallace Gilbury called for roughing the passer. 30 seconds left. Tebow looking for Matt Willis. Flowers on him.
And that's it. Now, that's defensive guy, not Flowers, not the ball out, but that receiver can make that play. That was a good enough throw.
19 seconds left. Oh. Chiefs defense not fooled. Brandon Carr there for the pick. Broncos lose, but they still win the AFC West.